Bro said he wanted a war. Bro gonna get one.
Showtime!
Man, what's up, motherfuckers?
Me, after daring your mom last night. Whoa, I went there! You better throw hardcore with that forward, brusky.
% chance that this is going to be my last commentary ever. I generally don't like this style of video, just period, so, I'm only doing it this once. There's a very high chance I'm only doing it just this once, so enjoy.
Live on tape, bitch. Fuck with us.
Well, okay, my pulse is still beating, so I'm not dead. I could have sworn I entered in hell.
Commentary is directed towards a video that was made in response to my Little Pony Brony rant by Blaze and Rants. Her video is entirely based on a commentary of me. I've seen plenty of commentaries before, and, you know, even though she's talking mad shit about me and is completely obscuring my point just for her own viewing benefit.
I would say something here, but I'm pretty sure you all have something in your heads right now, so I'm not really gonna bother. But feel free to post in the comments section of this video. I'll be happy to see what the results are.
Fill up this cesspool, shall we?
No. Let's try something a bit different.
You almost got the introduction right. I would say that you got two things wrong. One, the music is slightly off.
How? I mean, from the clip she used and how the context for her is all, oh my god, I'm so badass, yo! It did fit.
Was that Slash with Miles Kennedy or Alter Bridge? Either way, get some new metal or something on there and you got the music that sums me up perfectly.
Okay, one, new metal. Ew. 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 Two, that intro wasn't for you, that was for her. Oh, now the new metal makes sense. You can't have shit without shit soundtracking you, that's for sure. I'm giving no fucks today.
Second thing is the title of your rant. You're making me sound like one of those irrational little squeakers saying, "Ooh, My Little Pony is gay. They're for girls, boys like them, therefore they're gay." When that's not what I'm doing in my video. All I'm doing in my video is pointing out an inconvenient truth and stating how crazy and psychotic their fan base is.
Well, clearly you failed on that.
I feel like I should mention a few things. One, I've never watched any episode of My Little Pony. Two, I'm not a huge fan of the concept of the show. However, I am aware that there are people who like that kind of thing, and that's fine. Number 3, I'm only going to be talking about the topic of the video, which is the Brony fan base, so don't go assuming that I know shit about the show.
I believe you when you say you might not have watched the show, but I call bullshit on your statement that you don't have any interest in the fan community, because you see, any other person who watched my video you went into my video with animosity, okay? That's the fucking reason you took the effort to make a commentary saying how I'm supposedly wrong and bronies are okay in being crazy and psychotic. Okay? So don't you fucking... That's the first lie or misrepresentation presented in this video.
So in other words, the exact same thing she already said. Well, now we can see why you're such a master debater. Wink wink, nudge nudge.
Having said that, let's start this.
What's up, motherfuckers? Midnight Phantom here.
I am so edgy, you guys.
I wasn't trying to be edgy.
That coming from an Undertaker freak knockoff? I don't buy that.
Like an introduction, though I have an intro now, and at the time when I started doing that, I didn't. But either way, I don't. The only reason that she brought that up is because she didn't like it, and she didn't have anything negative to say about it, so she's just pulling a random criticism out of her ass.
Well, she said you were trying to be edgy, so it wasn't random and it was clearly negative. Anyway, since he might bitch at me if I skip without stating a reason why, I figured why not make a revamped skipping screen. I would like to thank Disney for giving me material to show my apathy.
Considering that this topic is still current and fairly relevant amongst the internet users, I can consider this relevant. Most people can consider this relevant, and it sure as hell is not going away. Sure as hell is not gone away anytime soon, since it came out like 5 years ago. Today I'm going to be talking about bronies.
Frankly, I don't see why the topic should be relevant at all. From what I understand, yeah, there was a time where the fan base was a bit pushy. However, over the past few years, it's calmed down quite a bit. Then when the show came out in 2010, a lot of people saw the need to talk shit about the bronies, about what they are and what they aren't. I guess my point is that it's been over 5 years. A whole crap ton of things can change about a fan base during the course of over 5 years.
Fucking sped through why I told you the topic is relevant, okay? The fan base may be 5 years old, but believe me, I've been around YouTube a lot longer than 5 fucking years. I remember when bronies started coming around, and I'm gonna also call bullshit on that point. You're saying that they were worse back then. No, if anything, they're worse now. Because I fucking remember being on YouTube back in 2010 when the fan base started, okay? I would see them on, like, maybe a few people's account icons. But there was not nearly as bad of an issue then with their fucking irrational hate spamming and all their stupid fucking psychotic Pinkie Pie shit. So that's a freaking first lie right there.
And that proves that they are worse now. How? I mean, unless you can show some evidence on the brony fandom being even worse now than they were when Gen 4 began back in 2010. I did not mean to make that rhyme. Then I would say that you do have a point, but since you didn't and your reasoning for it is so broad and vague, you can apply that to any other year like 2012 or 2013. But then again, that is implying they actually said something original about the brony fandom.
And if you don't fucking believe me, just look up their fan base. I don't even need to. I don't even feel like I should be debating this for you. If you did any research for yourself at all, you would realize how full of shit that statement is.
It's funny because this will bite him in the ass.
Specifically two bronies. If you watch My Little Pony, and you're fine with the show, but you are not a brony, because I'm going to tell you what a brony is right now. A brony is somebody who is up in your face about them watching My Little Pony. They treat it like it's religion or something.
No. A brony is a term that refers to a male fan or viewer of the MLP show or franchise. You seem to have a misconception over the term itself, seeing as how you misuse the term by using it to describe the crazy minority of the fan base.
Goddamn well what the definition of a brony is. I'm speaking based on what their actions show, not based on the defined definition. Wow! That's the main fucking point of this video, and you're too fucking stupid to even understand that.
No, you're just too stubborn and self-righteous to actually use critical thinking.
If you're a dude, or a girl, well, I mean, girls are technically considered Pegasisters when they watch My Little Pony, but if you're a girl or a boy who watches My Little Pony and is not a brony or Pegasister, then this does not apply to you, because you are not part of the problem that I'm addressing.
Again with the misusage of terms. Pegasister and brony are terms used to describe a fan base, not a minority of said fan base. I feel the need to hammer this in because, again, the way you use the terms makes me think that you're trying to describe a minority.
The way it's not a minority. It's basically anybody who calls themselves a brony does this. Like I also said in my video, if you just watch the show, you're cool with it, you like the art maybe, and maybe the concept of it, but you don't you don't get pissed off at people when they tell you that you don't like it as well, that makes them not a brony, okay?
Well, what if they consider themselves one? Because really, the term brony is very broad, considering how people define the term, whether they are in the fandom or not.
There's plenty of people who call themselves bronies, but by my definition, and what I was trying to point out in the video, are not bronies. So shut up.
Oh, so it's more of the, my views are right and you're wrong type. Okay. Well, as a brony myself, you are full of shit. I'm not denying that there were some of those insane chuckleheads. The fact that I did do commentaries on them might say something to you, but really, any group of fandoms have those overzealous fantards. Why the hell is it such a big deal for you from a show you don't like? It honestly seems like you've made this video just to get some notoriety from people than actually saying an important message.
I know I totally could have said something better than shut up. God fucking damn it, you pissed me off.
Yes, you pissed me off for not respecting my opinions online.
Okay, first things first.
First time to realist. Drop this and let the whole world feel it. Let them feel it.
With the bronies, they are out of control when it comes to fan bases. I'm not going to be a hypocrite here. I am an open bisexual, and I wouldn't say I'm an open furry, but I definitely would say that I'm kind of a furry.
Okay. But sexuality isn't a fan base. I get where you're trying to go with the comparison, but it's still a really dumb comparison to make. Dude, you would have been better off just comparing the furry fandom to the brony fandom, and it would make more sense. I mean, you do realize that you are now comparing sexuality to a fan base that likes
Comparing sexuality
You puny mortals shall not finish your sentence!
to My Little Pony. Okay, there's again another point that you're straw manning just to help your argument succeed more.
You compared a sexual attraction to both males and females, something which you're born, by the way, to people who like a show, something that you're interested in. How the fuck was that not straw manning when you gave a, no pun intended, horseshit comparison? It's like comparing an apple to a motherfucking brick, and saying they're both the same thing. Also, and this is the part that I find really troubling, going by how this rant is on bronies, why should anyone feel guilt for being bisexual? The fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, firstly, about the bisexuality, the brony fan base is notorious for bringing up the, oh, you hate gay people, or, oh, you're just closed-minded. So I was shooting that out of the air before it became a problem.
Well, you should have said that in the original video. Still doesn't make your comparison something you were born with something you were interested in any less fucking stupid.
Of course, you're gonna go and fucking take it and try and say, oh, you're comparing the fan base to sexuality.
Honestly, I don't blame bronies for bringing up the intolerance cards, since oxygen is going to your fucking head.
And secondly, the reason that I stated that I was a furry is because if I didn't state that I was a furry, then I would have left a gigantic elephant in the room about how I'm talking about the My Little Pony fan base and how they're on the deep part of the web, yet I am still a furry, and I make art on my DeviantArt page, which is linked on my YouTube channel. If I didn't address that, then you probably would have fucking criticized me for that.
No, she wouldn't, because her point was how you were dumb comparing bisexuality with being a brony, you dense moron. Hell, if anything, it makes your arguments on the brony fandom even weaker, because as a furry, you should know that the furry fandom has been getting so much shit online way before bronies ever since they spiked, again, no pun intended, back in like 2010, 2011. Hell, considering that both fandoms are notorious for being overly sensitive, very open about their interests, which comes off creepy and man-childish, the shit ton of porn that the fandom has, and the connections to bestiality. You are one to talk about trash-talking the brony fandom. Yes, not all bronies and furries partake in that stuff, especially the porn, and double especially the bestiality connections. But it's still something that you should be aware of. But back to your original video, the fact that you criticize the brony fandom for being overly sensitive and insanely passionate, while furries are no guilty of that and still act like a big deal, shows how dense you are.
So basically, you were just going to criticize me either way, and saying that there's something I could do better was pointless.
No, you're just an idiot.
The thing that I would say is different about that is I don't go around shoving my opinions down other people's throat like bronies do. Bronies shove their fucking ponies into everyone else's face and say, "Look, you look at me, look at Rainbow Dash, blah blah blah," and then when you say, "Dude, what the hell you do?" and get that shit out of my face because I don't want to fucking see that, they get all offended as if you just made an insult to them because you don't have the same fucking likes.
How would they know if you don't have the same interests without bringing it up?
Dude, to get that fucking shit out of my face, that was a bit of a hyperbole, but I'm pretty sure that if you started trying to find deeper meanings, you would understand what I meant.
Yes, if you would actually apply yourself into deeply analyzing my original video on the MOP fandom, then you would understand why I'm such a revolutionary. Jesus Christ, you're one patronizing, pretentious motherfucker, you know that.
Try and shove my personal views down their throat. That's why people can tolerate my views, I
don't shove my opinions down other people's throat, even though that is exactly what I'm doing in the video.
Not shoving my opinion down their throat. See, they did a little something called a personal choice. See, that means that they chose to watch my video. And that video is addressing my personal point of view in the debate. And see, if I were shoving it down their throat, it would be like an advertisement on YouTube that's mandatory to watch. So basically, by your logic, Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, they're shoving their opinion down people's throat when they say that they don't like a movie.
Implying that you're on the same level as Roger Ebert.
Complicated for you to understand, and you don't know who Roger Ebert, Gene Siskel are. Imagine that's like that's like saying that AVGN is shoving his opinion down your throat because he happens to not like a certain game. And you do, but you chose to watch the video. Therefore, he's not shoving his opinion down your throat!
Whoa, man, just calm down. Just calm down. Just calm down on the person who made a video on you that you willingly watched on why she felt that you were wrong in your views on people who likes a children's show about technical horses. Deep breaths, that's all I'm saying.
Halfway in the video, it's very obvious what the biggest problem with this commentary is.
Yeah, the person she commented on has an ego the size of Jupiter.
Their argument. Basically what I mean by that is that they hear something one way, but they don't try and think of a deeper meaning to what that means. That's basically what my entire video is about, and what most of my videos are about. They're about a deeper established meaning behind the sentences. I mean, my sentences mean more than one thing. But of course, you gotta go, and for the sake of your commentary, you gotta go and find out the most discriminatory and incriminating meaning for what I said, and you have to go present that as if that's what I meant, when in reality that's just a piss-poor attempt to straw man the argument.
It's funny because that's the exact same thing he's doing in this video. Double standards! Hooray!
Next.
Other fan bases don't do that. I mean, Blackville Bride's fan base does.
No, I don't smoke it no more.
I didn't skip my point because we're not talking about Blackville Brides. You skipped my point because I made a very good and valid argument there.
Yes, by saying that Blackville Bride fans and bronies act the same way online. Valid? Debatable. Any value lost because she skipped it? Nope! And you want to know how much value this has to this video?
Some fan bases are crazy, and bronies probably take the cake.
Aren't baseless assumptions fun?
Baseless assumption. Please refer to an earlier statement. I know that I'm not. I know I said earlier I'm not going to say that again, but seriously, it needs to get through.
Wow. I haven't seen someone try to disprove someone by making the same mistake again in a long time.
Fan-based cards, they're not even subtle about the freaking logical fallacies in their arguments. They'll just come straight, most of them just come straight to your comment section and say, "Oh, you don't like ponies? Fuck you, motherfucker, you're losing." And it's just like, they're not even trying. Like, holy fucking shit.
I find the irony in this to be absolutely astounding, especially when other people, including myself, called you out about the logical fallacies in your video, which for the most part you completely ignored. When I responded to a comment that you made, you thought to respond with strawman arguments and accused me of not watching the video entirely before responding to your comment.
You didn't watch the video entirely. Maybe you did watch the video entirely the first time, I don't give a shit. You sure as hell didn't think too hard about it, that's pretty fucking sure. I'll give you that right fucking now.
If I knew that you were gonna act this way at the beginning of the video, I would have totally made a drinking game out of this. But then again, I don't want to be responsible for people drinking themselves to death.
All deep internet fandoms. It's fucking ridiculous, these people. Notice how I said deep internet fandom? That's because when you really get down to what a lot of the bronies do, this is not a normal fandom, people. This is like, I don't know, there's like the story Cupcakes. It's all about when you really get down to the fandom, like, that gets super fucking creepy, and you don't even need to go diving that deep into it. You get freaking, you just research it, you're gonna find some of that creepy shit.
I'd like to know what kind of research you did, because when I looked up the term brony, the first page that showed up had definitions for brony, a site for the brony fandom, a Wikipedia page on the MLP fanbase in general, and then I found sites making fun of bronies or making memes out of them. For
the same thing you did. I looked up, quote, My Little Pony brony, and most of the suggested results were exactly what you just fucking said. Fan pages that posted creepy shit and all that fucking other nonsense. So thank you for proving my point for me.
the most part, if you look for creepy shit, then young man, creepy shit you shall find.
People have
I'm sorry, what was that about deep analyst that Blaze didn't do? Because that was her point,
she has ADHD,
and it flew over your head.
Very common argument used by bronies is that, oh, the show is intended for everybody. It doesn't fucking matter. The target audience is 7-year-old girls. Do not even tell me that it is not the target audience. It is a show about fucking rainbow ponies. Come the fuck on, people.
Even though it's targeted towards a specific demographic, that doesn't mean that other people can't watch it, hence why those people might say it's for everyone. It's like anime. America is not their target demographic, yet Americans watch anime anyway. Do you see what I mean here?
First of all, imagine if it were any other show besides My Little Pony. If it were a group of people getting together and watching, I don't know, some Barbie show. Or how about the Care Bears movies back from the 80s? How about a group of men in their early 20s getting together and watching that? You seriously wouldn't tell me that's fucking weird?
No, I would call it weird, but I wouldn't think much of it, because I don't give a shit if men in their early 20s watch Barbie movies or Care Bear movies.
Mario fans don't call themselves anything special. Frickin', I don't even think Barbie fans call themselves something special. So why would bronies call themselves something special? I'll tell you why. It's all about preaching to the gospel. It's all about identity. They freaking know that they can't like that show just based on saying, oh, I'm a My Little Pony fan, I love that My Little Pony. So they know how ridiculous and stupid their little fucking fruity fandom is, so they've got to call themselves something special. They've got to give a special name to themselves in order to feel justified in watching it.
Again, this isn't about justifying their interest. They have a name in order to identify themselves and to safely say, hey, I belong to this said group.
Really? Well, let's look at the Mario fan base, huh? Okay, how about Mega Man? Mega Man fan base. Or how about that one show, Courage the Cowardly Dog? Or how about let's go to movies now. Castaway they don't call themselves a special name. Lone God fuck what's that movie called? Road Warrior by Mel Gibson. They don't call themselves Road Warriors or something stupid like that. So, your argument is null and void. Sorry.
Look at that smug smile. He knew he cherry-picked. Also, browncoats, deadheads, maggots, blue army, bro army, tributes, ringers, SPM family, twihards, Whovians, and of course, Trekkies. See, I can cherry pick too.
Like I said, people, if you're just a neutral fan of My Little Pony who just watches the show and keeps it to themselves...
Shh. We don't talk about bronies. Don't ask, don't tell.
Goddamn well, that's not what I meant by saying keep it to themselves.
Oh shit, I forgot to put otakus in that fandom list. Oh well. Oh right, the thing. Well, you know what?
It was a joke, honey. It was a joke.
And this is such a fucking popular trend nowadays, guys. It's serious. Anyway, I'm just gonna leave a disclaimer in this one because my last rant. Please, if you don't have an intelligent argument to make, do not leave me a fucking comment, because you will probably be blocked and your comment will be removed. And you could be saying, oh, well, that's a pussy thing to do. No, because those freaking annoying-ass stupid troll comments, or just stupid comments in general, totally ruin the fucking video for everybody else. And that's just totally, it's bullshit, okay? It's fucking bullshit. And I didn't tolerate it in my Black Book Ride rant, and I'm not tolerating it here. If you want to have a debate in the comments with me, that's fine. Because, honestly, I love intellectual discussion. I like being enlightened, and I like enlightening some people. So if you want to debate me, then go ahead. But if you got nothing more than a bunch of stupid shit that everyone's already heard before, or I don't fucking want to hear because of how freaking hateful and stupid it is, then fuck off, or whatever. I don't care. Just don't leave your stupid-ass comment.
So then what happens if somebody does provide an intelligent discussion in the comment section? Oh.
An intelligent discussion. You strawmanned my argument, so I told you what was wrong with you saying that. Okay, and now you're telling me that I'm shooting down intellectual discussion? Okay, so it's only intellectual discussion if you agree with it. Is that what we're going on? Oh, no, despite that, it's only intellectual discussion if you like it. That's what this is. It's only intellectual discussion if you like it.
Oh, I am so going to love seeing your entire response/commentary being commented on. Not by me, but I'm sure someone will tackle it.
That video will have nothing good to say. This is refuting all the claims made by an uninformed individual.
Only time will tell. Though I will say, even if that's what you were doing, you could have gone about it much better.
Do you people even watch my videos? How uninformed you people sound while talking about my subject matter leads me to believe that you mindlessly take Blazing Rant's opinions and recycle them as your own with no thoughts.
The biggest problem I had with your videos, all 3 parts, as a whole, was the pretentious attitude you displayed. Okay, you had a problem with her video, but that doesn't mean you should constantly call her an idiot. Though if you want one flaw in the video I can name right now, I'll give one. If there are others, I'll let the other commentators make those points and not me, assuming commentaries will be made. Since some parts, my sanity left the building while watching your video. Since you mentioned anime being Americanized and proceeded to use a Pokemon clip, I have 3 issues with your point. 1. The clip you use as your example is almost 20 years old. A lot can change as far as the anime dubbing/distribution industry goes. And guess what? The industry has changed over time. Try and use something more recent as your example. 2. That edit was from 4Kids, who was notorious for editing stuff in anime. I say were notorious because they are now irrelevant to the point where they have become more or less dead. 3. Even if you had a more recent example nowadays of anime being Americanized, that would be more likely to be the fault of the TV stations airing the shows and not the dubbing/distribution companies themselves. Heck, you can buy the DVDs and it would be unedited.
The pretentious attitude I displayed was to strongly express my distaste for how she decided to make me sound stupid in her video and strawman my argument and being a hypocrite. Anime in America is still Americanized today. I don't consistently watch anime, but I know from what my friends told me that it still lingers. I actually didn't know that 4Kids isn't around anymore. I don't have cable and I spend pretty much most of my days drawing and listening to music anyway. I do have Netflix, but network-wise, I am behind by about 4 years.
Even so, it came off as you were just insulting her. You gave the attitude like you think you are better than her. Really, in my humble opinion, throwing out personal attacks/insults is the wrong way to go about debating someone because it makes you look super immature. From what I've seen, it's extremely rare nowadays, and if it does happen, it's mostly the TV stations doing that so it can get past the censors, since culture in Japan is very different than it is in the US, especially for what is acceptable and not acceptable to children's programming. Today you can see it's unedited and uncensored. On places like Netflix, Crunchyroll, Hulu, if you live in the US, and in the case of a lot of anime, Viz Media has the rights to Neon Alley. Yeah, 4Kids filed for bankruptcy a number of years ago.
If you want my true opinion, I think she's really stupid. She doesn't like me and had nothing critical to say with the TGE. Oh, the exception of a few nitpicks. So she strawmanned the fuck out of my video and twisted my words. Let's not even mention the hypocrisy.
I've talked to her for a while now and I feel she's anything but stupid. I honestly feel she's a very intelligent young woman and she's actually a really cool person to talk to. Just because she made a commentary on you doesn't mean she doesn't like you. The rest I won't touch.
Right. She is intelligent and cool. This is why she is attacking me. The problem is that she represented me as a loudmouth internet teenager with stupid opinions. It pisses me off that you get angry at me for calling her stupid, but when I do it back, you criticize me for doing it. This situation gave me a new song lyric. You wanna poke fun at me, that's alright, but if I poke back, you get all uptight. Thanks! Smiley face. Stupid fucking emotional bullshit text thing.
Okay, for one, she didn't strawman you. I watched your first video and saw your comments. She didn't strawman you. So nice job at strawmanning her by claiming she did it to you when she didn't. Also, thus far from what I've seen in your response to her, you've only thrown insults at her and all. Insults aren't arguments. You might also want to learn to not use all of someone's videos or even 75% of it, since it can go against copyright. Right, she is intelligent and cool. This is why she is attacking me. Strawman, the user you're replying to didn't say that.
Thank you, and I agree with everything you've said.
Did you even watch my response? I was only using insults to make my video slightly more interesting to the viewers who aren't involved, first of all. Second of all, she totally did strawman my argument, though was misrepresenting my claims in order to strengthen her arguments. By definition, that is a strawman argument. Also, she is not that smart. She is more along the lines of condescending moron, someone who thinks that they're intelligent, but in reality they themselves are just as stupid as they claim the opposing point of view is, which is extremely ironic. I am done arguing this with you. The only reason you and Michael the Tool Schumer over here are so strongly against me is because you are friends of hers. The only arguable thing that I have done wrong during this whole deal is take almost a week to realize this. Oh yeah, and that's totally not ironic. Piss off and have nice lives. I might vaguely think about you as I am about to perform on stages and laugh at how pathetic your lives will be compared to mine.
Ooh, I like that nickname. Tell me, do I get to fix things? Tongue sticking out emoticon?
Yes, I watched all 3 parts and left comments and time codes. How did she strawman you when you said the very thing she was responding to in your video? You said things like, don't talk about it, which has a very different meaning than, you don't shove it down people's throats. And yeah, the insults wouldn't have been too bad if you didn't base most of your arguments on them. Also, she's not smart, she's more along the lines of a condescending moron, someone who thinks they're intelligent when in reality they themselves are just as stupid as they claim the opposing view to be. The irony, it burns us! I am done arguing with you. The only reason you and Michael, the tool Shomer, are over here are so strong against me is because you are friends of hers. Another bullshit claim. I watch your videos and nothing more. Don't know her that well at all. So I know you're not basing this off any evidence because you don't have any strong counter arguments. For someone who claims to be so rational, you do a piss poor job of it. Piss off and have nice lives. I might vaguely think about you as I'm about to perform on stage and laugh at how pathetic your lives will be compared to mine. And the ad hominems come out. Thank you for giving up the argument and all. Also, I hope you never claim to be rational ever again on such matters, because that would be funny as shit to see you claim after the comments you've left here.
I saw your newest video and wow. Just when I thought you couldn't get any more pathetic, you have crossed the line by wishing death/misery to others. Not everyone who hated on you are fans of Blaze and are people who simply found flaws in your videos. Also, if you want a straight up answer, yes, I'd like to think I was involved in the creation of both Son of Fritz and Scarlet Otaku's commentary on your response to Blaze. Heck, with Scarlet's video, I told her of it and hand-delivered her the videos. The smear campaign that you mentioned, guess what? You are a coward in the sense of you are claiming me and Cringe Sharpaw are silencers of free speech. And yet here you are, disabling the ability for people to comment on your video. I don't care if you hate my guts because I won't change who I am, or what I believe in just to have one person like me. Blaze didn't send me to comment on your video like I'm her minion. I came on my own accord. Really, all of this should not have happened over a simple difference of opinions about a fan base, no less. I don't detest you as a person because, well, I don't know you, but your actions on YouTube are despicable. Also, just FYI, you pronounced my last name wrong. Also, for the record, Michael, if you ever come around to watching this video, why? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't freaking...
So your response was little more than I don't like you guys. Same old shit I've seen from fundies when they get their ass kicked. But do you know what the best irony is? When people asked you for your evidence, you gave none, and when I repeated your arguments back to you, you disagreed with it. So you were disagreeing with yourself. Maybe I'll make a video on this, though I don't come from this corner of YouTube, but you do seem to have the mind of the type of fundies I deal with.
I'm done! All you're doing is beating a dead horse. By the way, I hope it makes you feel better that the way I am betraying myself is only a character. I actually am relatively tame, so congratulations, you're attacking an innocent person. I don't know why it's taken so long for me to say this.
Anyways, I'm ending the video here. The rest is more of his verbal blowjob to himself on how he's so damn smart, and how Blaze is a dumb person for not using critical thinking over his views on a goddamn show made for little girls. You know what's funny? He's taking his opinions on a fandom who takes things way too seriously. Way too seriously. Yeah, bronies are guilty of this, I admit. But let's be real here, you are having a bitch fit over a show for little girls. Like, have some self-awareness and know how stupid and childish you're acting. Now, normally I wouldn't mind it, except, and I'm being dead serious, he is the first person I've seen who made a rant on bronies and actually meant all the things he said. Yeah. Sure, there might be others that share a serious view on why the MLP fandom is fucking stupid, but it's usually very slim between the ones that are meant to get a reaction. This guy falls under the minority of being serious. Like, do you not see the irony in this? Do you know how much of a big deal you're making such a trivialized thing? Like, grow the fuck up, man. So basically what I'm trying to say is more Jason Bateman as a fox, goddammit! Okay, so I was sticking around on Midnight Phantom's channel when I found this out. As you can see, there he is, Midnight Phantom, and this one, you know, for Avatar or whatever. But then when you go to his videos, you see something rather interesting. It's all vor videos. He is a fan, and yes, there is, as you can see, this man right there, you see, Midnight Phantom, he's right there, and he is a fan of someone that makes vor animation. So, keep in mind that he made a rant on bronies and calling them a bunch of, fucking crazy weirdos when he is a fan of Vorpix. That's some perspective, don't you know?